Hi, welcome back to my channel. This is Becky. I've been up all night really sick, so excuse all the hot mess, but I wanted to jump on here before I go and lay down just to send out a message that I'm going to be reducing the amount of time that I'm going to be working due to relocation. I've become a digital nomad. I had started out with this vision. I had sold my house. God had me go through another spiritual awakening in 2023 where he told me to stop teaching, stop doing the in-home behavior therapies, that I've fed enough into the systems and that I have earned my freedom. That basically, both of my parents were demonic in their souls, and so then they had me and my sister, which that meant we inherited their burdens and their demons, right? And those family generational curses. And I've always thought that I'd be the one that would be able to get everybody back on track with God, because that's what my grandfather had tried to do as a Pentecostal preacher. And I always saw that when I was 5 and I had that close encounters, that when he died, I begged for God to pass that spiritual assignment on to me, to be the spiritual leader of my family. And so I feel like if you look at each member of my family's stories individually, they have done their hero's journey. However, I never figured out how to help them purify the soul within the body. So even when you look at their stories and you can see where God has given them the ups and the downs and they've overcome, and so they're on that journey. But when you look back at the intent when they were co-creating, when you go look back at the creations that they've been making, when you look at the records, when you look at the Akashics, when you look at the things that they've done with what they had, they might have built shiny things, they might have given tithings, they might have done things that looked godly, but the intent was to deceive, the intent was to manipulate, the intent was to win at all costs. And they knew how to do it in the unseen with their occult magic to people that were blind. And then the powerful people that were in the judicial system and the law enforcements and everybody else would disregard me, the schools, when I would report the sexual abuse, when I would report the beatings, when I would report what was going on. It all magically just, got swept under the covers. And then here I am at almost 50 years old finding out, no, people were paid in positions to keep me trapped in hell, to be used by demons, who had titles like uncle and aunt, mother, father. So I need to take a break. I started this all healing journey, like I said, in 2023, and my ancestors and God gave me this business to take my pain and turn it into purpose. I've been trying to, do as much love and light as I can, but this is hell. This planet is a prison planet. It is a hell planet. If your soul keeps reincarnating, that means you're not learning the lessons that you need to learn, and you will have to keep coming back until you learn all the lessons. And like I said, this is my last incarnation. It's to activate my throat chakra, and then I will never have to come back to this place ever freaking again. And I thank you, Jesus. I am so grateful that I will never have to incarnate into the flesh ever, 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 ever again once I complete this mission. And so that's why I have a lot of people that don't want me to complete this mission, because what I have to say helps families, and the devil doesn't want families helped. They want them hurting. So that way death and destruction can continue on the earthly plane. So I'm getting physically sick from all the spiritual attacks, and They, like I said in other posts and videos, they've rerouted all of my funds. So anytime people send me money electronically, it's getting derailed into I don't know where, because they know how to do crypto stuff that I don't. I don't know how to do all this 3D crap that everybody else knows how to do, because nobody taught me how to do these things. So I get to have this business thanks to my ancestors and God, to be able to help make sure that you have the education and the wisdom and the knowledge that's being withheld from you, from the people who do have powers. They do have the eyes to see, and they are chameleons, and they are in the systems all around you. And I'm not trying to put fear, I'm not trying to put paranoia, because the godly people are also watching and intervening. But lessons are not fun, and right now I'm physically, financially, emotionally, spiritually battling the people that are closest to me. And even when I help people, once they're neurologically linked with me and I'm helping them, then they can F with me as well energetically, which is why I vet people very, very carefully. I only work with God's chosen people. So, and I never reach out. I never initiate conversations, consultations. Now, I will initiate in the 3D. I can go up to people and talk all day long. Electronically, I don't trust this. I don't trust this digital world. I don't trust the AI chat. I don't trust any of it. I really don't. You don't know what you're tapping into. And I am tapped into Source God, because I am older than the internet. I am older than the robots. I am older than all of these modern stuff. So if you feel like we have like Fred Flintstone meeting the Jetsons, you're right, we do. And then I can be your tour guide, because I time travel, time jump, all different realms and realities. I prefer to stay in the angelic realm, because, you know, like being on this earthly plane physically is upsetting for vessels like me. So people will say, oh, well, she had to sleep a lot because she's depressed. I'm not depressed. You guys are dumping your emotions into my auric field and then blaming me when I get sick. You can't pass me around the family and say, okay, well, we need help here, we need help here, we need help there, we need help there, we need help here, we need help there. You guys are trying to pass me around like a pufferfish. You're not dolphins that you get to keep messing with me and working me up to steal my energy, to steal my blessings, and then say I'm crazy, okay? Times are changing, guys. People can see right through you, and that's what I've been trying to tell you. When I'm doing business for my business, for God and the ancestors, and you guys are running around acting like fools, truth is truth, guys. And I'm a truth teller always, even if it means I have to tattle on myself. I will tattle on myself. Because that's what God's people do. They use everything for lessons and blessings. And if you think just going to a church building, memorizing a Bible is going to get you into God's good graces, it's not. Lucifer could quote the Bible. Good works are good works, guys. So please do the healing work and get right with God, because I'm watching all these demons taking over all these people. And I just don't think it's going to get better if more people don't activate their voice. So please reach out if you want to know more about my Starseed Launch Program, so I can help activate more people to get into their divine missions instead of their ego-based missions that are painted up to look godly. So if you have trouble determining the fake from the real, believe me, 5 decades of me having to learn those lessons in order to have the discernment. Now I'm having to have the strength to actually cut ties and walk away. I mean, I've been bawling at the fact that I might never even see my grandchildren again, because when you're God's chosen, you have to give up everything in order to serve Him. So I will be traveling the way Jesus did, and Mary did, and I'm going to be relocating as a digital nomad to do my grid work. And even if that means that I never get to see my children and my grandchildren again, then I know that that was the way God intended. It's not how I would want it to be, but it is how it has to be for right now. So I'm gonna go lay down and try to feel better before I do my next video. Thank you for joining me and letting me be real and honest and vulnerable. So thank you. If you could like, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell, all the things, and I'll talk to you in my next video.